responsibility or a job and it starts to feel overwhelming, you might say to yourself, I bit off more than I could chew. This is implying that you took on too much responsibility. You can't handle everything that you're doing. And really, it just means you're overwhelmed. Maybe you can manage these things, it just feels like it's a lot. If you have ever gone back to school, it might feel overwhelming. You're in new college classes and you're trying to work full time. It might feel like you bit off more than you can chew. Like there's just way too many things to do in the amount of time that you have. Or if you've ever planned a big event all by yourself without any help, it might feel like you bit off more than you can chew. Like there's just way too many things to get done for one person. A really common phrase that American English speakers use is I finally got around to it.
Finally got around to seeing Gandhi.
So you finally got around to reading it?
I finally got around to cleaning my house, or I finally got around to cleaning out my closet. Cleaning tends to be one of those things that we delay doing, especially if it's a big organizational project. Or you might say to a coworker, oh, I'll get around to it later. Or, oh, I finally got around to getting that report that you wanted. This just means like there was a delay. I was able to finally find some time to do it. Sometimes at work or just in our everyday household life, we feel mentally exhausted.
I am physically and mentally exhausted.
We use this phrase as English speakers to mean that you've just made way too many decisions, or people have just asked you way too many questions and you've just been thinking and trying to solve problems all day. You can say, I'm just mentally exhausted today. And you might tell someone, I'm so sorry, I'm mentally exhausted. I just need a quick break. This just means like you need to zone out, you need to meditate, you need to just go for a walk and kind of turn off your brain for a moment. And another phrase that we use when we're either mentally exhausted or it just feels like we just feel like emotionally drained is we say it's never ending.
Villa and its never ending upkeep.
It's never ending.
Again, laundry, my most hated chore. I say, oh, it's just never ending. It's a very dramatic way to say, like, it feels like it never stops and I wish it would. Like, it's just a cycle. Maybe if you're at work, you might say, oh, these emails are just never ending. People are always asking me questions or emailing me requests. And it just feels like your work is a lot when you say that phrase. Our last set of phrases are going to be good for the end of the day, opinions, making connections to things. They are phrases that are just going to be really good for your conversational English flow. Let's talk about the phrase that I used all the way back at the beginning of this video, if you ask me.
If you ask me.
If you ask me.
This is a really polite way to say your opinion, especially if you kind of have a bold or blunt opinion. Someone might ask me, should I go back to school and get my master's degree? And I might say, well, if you ask me, it might not be worth it. So this is kind of a blunt opinion. I'm saying, no, it's